Welcome back, Warriors. Welcome back, Warriors. It is November the 3rd when this is being recorded, 2025. And the last time you heard my voice on this podcast, because you probably see me in different little videos, but December 8th, 2024. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's get to the show. Welcome back, Warriors. Welcome back to the Warriors Vision. I'm your host, Warrior on the Warriors Vision podcast. Welcome back. Oh man, it's been a while. As you see, we're on episode 121. It could have been further along, but man, I don't even know where to begin. I drifted. Life hit, and here I am again. Obedience brought me back. Obedience brought me back to the podcast. You know, the last time you heard me, as I said in the interlude, was December 8th, 2024. I dropped 2 episodes, December 8th. 2 episodes were dropped. One of the episodes, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. One of the episodes was practicing thankfulness. And the other episode, 119, was Good Steward Part 1, Home Repairs. Good Steward. Let's focus in on the good steward part, right? The good steward. Was I being a good steward over this podcast, over this Warriors Collection network that I created, right? What was I? I would have to say no. No, I wasn't. And so many things has happened since that time. December 24th, 2024 came and went, and we jumped into a new year. Had a baby. Have a baby. He's my son. His name is Asher, and had him. When did we have him? Forgive me. The days are just running together. The days, the hours, the seconds, they are all just running together. There's months and weeks that are just like have been attached together. They just all just going. I believe his birthday is in June. He was born in June. Yeah, I'm gonna go with June. It's definitely in June because my daughter's birthday is in August. Okay, so had a baby in June. Before then, had some work. Had some details that I was on. A detail that I was on for like 3 or 4 months. Before then, was trying to take care of some things around the house, get things set in place for the garden because I was trying to be a good steward. Right? I was trying to be a good steward. My heart was in the right place of being a good steward, getting our garden together. Trying to figure out what we was going to do about our chicken situation. I don't know if me and you saw, but we lost a lot of chickens. Not lost, but some dogs came in and killed a bunch of our chickens. And, that was, so that was rough. But, life kept happening. And the podcast kept getting pushed further and further back to the back of the bus. Things just kept pushing it back to the bus, to the end of the bus. And, man, it's 2025. 2025, November 3rd, on a Monday. And what brought me back to the podcast is obedience. Being obedient to God. Being a good steward over what He has blessed me with, and the skills and the talents that He have put in me, right? Being a good steward over those things. I'm not going to go through it all because there's so much to cover. I can't cover it all in this episode. But what I will say is that recently I started praying and like really seeking to hear His voice, to hear what He has for me. I've went and added some things done some things to, you know, hopefully, prayerfully secure my family's future, or at least give them a head start, right? Um, got some things in place, and I was just trying to figure out, God, what else? What else did he like? What else did he have for me? What else did he want me to do? And one of my actually, what I've been praying is, God, what do you have for me concerning my life, my family, the business that and we're gonna talk about that, but that's a side note. The business, my skills, my talents, and for the most part, that was it. And then I don't know what. I guess I added, what do you have for me for the Warriors Vision, the podcast, the series that I created, and the whole YouTube channel? What do you have for me? What do you want me to do? And as soon as I mentioned that, as soon as I mentioned, I heard speak. And I was like, what? Speak? Speak? What do you mean speak? And it was just so profound. Like, as soon as the word, the last letter cleared my lips, I heard speak. And he was basically just telling me to use those platforms to speak, to share your testimony, to share what you've been through, to share how good I have been to you and your family. You know, because again, the things that I have gone through, it's not for me. It's for someone out there that has gone through the same thing, or that's about to go through the same thing, and that's looking for hope. That's looking to figure out, what am I to do? How am I going to survive this? Well, I'm here to tell you, God. God is going to be your strength. But you have to surrender. You have to look towards him. You have to start seeking him. And, you know, when I heard speak, it just all clicked. And at first I was like, ain't no way. That's not right. Ain't no way. That's in my head, right? But in my head, while I was sitting, I was like, no, because I pushed that to the back. That was, I got kind of discouraged. I drifted because uh the I drifted. One reason, not a main reason, but part of the reason, the platforms I was using, it was taking too much time to upload the videos or upload the audio. So I was like, man, this is taking too much. Secondly, the numbers wasn't matching up. The numbers wasn't looking like what I thought they should look like. Mind you, that I have said many times, if I'm able to reach that one person. I said that with my mouth, but my actions didn't believe that. And I can tell you that because I stopped, right? I pushed it back to I pushed it to the back of the bus. I wasn't really too concerned with it. I wasn't promoting it. I wasn't pushing it. I wasn't taking little clips and how social media people do. They can clip things to death, right? I wasn't doing that. I wasn't even sharing my podcast. I wasn't retweeting it or reposting it or any of that stuff, right? So the numbers wasn't matching up. So I was getting a little, discouraged, like, well, ain't nobody even looking at it. Ain't nobody even paying attention to it. Why am I, putting all this energy into it? But but that's not what God called me to do. He didn't call me to be worried about the numbers. He didn't call me to be worried about if I'm bringing in the multitudes. He told me to speak. And as a humble servant, I have to speak. I have to be on here, sharing my testimony with you, sharing the goodness of God through the many series that we have here on the Warriors Collection Network. Like I said, I created the Warriors Collection Network. I did some more artwork, and I put up a new logo, and then I disappeared. But if you haven't checked out the new logo or the channel, go and look at the channel. And we have three or four series that I'm going to be pushing like pretty hard. Not really hard, actually. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to put out the stuff that I'm led to put out and let that be it. I'm not going to stress about trying to make multiple episodes, because at that point I was doing it for the wrong reason. I was doing it to be seen. I was doing it to be heard. I was doing it to gain some kind of notoriety, to feel validated, to whatever the case may be, whatever was trying to appease me. That's what I was trying to do, right? But now I have a new mindset, and I pray. I'm not asking you to pray, but I'm praying that I just be obedient, no matter what the numbers look like, no matter what's going on, that I just be obedient so that I can be a blessing to someone else, that they have something that they can really, hear and be like, I'm going through that same thing. And if he was able to make it, then I'll be able to make it. That same guy can rescue me out of that situation. The things that I'm struggling with, that same guy can help me to overcome that situation, to overcome those things, to feel free, to have peace, to have that joy. I mean, many of you have heard my podcast from 2020, 2021, 2022, and I bet, I mean, I don't gamble, but I'm pretty sure you would say that I am a different person. Not under my own power. By no means. By no means is it by my own power that I am different. It's God. It's God. It's God. It's God. It's God. It's God. You know, surrendering and just surrendering and submitting to his will, reading his word, taking the counseling, not the world's counseling, but his counseling from his word to tell me how I should walk, how I should be living. That counseling, because it's truth. There's no opinions, no feelings, none of that is involved. It's just hardcore truth to get you lined up right. It was is it's been a nice long break. It's been a nice long break, but God has called me back to do how to put it, to do what I'm supposed to be doing, which is being the light. How can I be the light? How can I be the light if I'm not being obedient to what God is telling me to do? He has brought me through all these things, and it's my job to share that with you. And if I'm not sharing that with you, am I being a light? Am I being obedient? No. Am I walking in his ways? No. If anything, I'm being a stumbling block, because we're supposed to be a light. My testimony, I'm supposed to be sharing it with you so that you can learn from it, gain hope, and realize that there's a God. He sits high and looks low. He doesn't want anyone to perish, but you got to submit. You got to surrender. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm surrendering, being obedient, and I'm coming back on here, gracing this mic. As you see, I switched the room and switched up some things, but I still don't have a boom thing. But we gonna make it work. How we gonna make it work? And we just gonna do it in obedience, and go from there. We're gonna do it in obedience and go from there. The show is still the show, or the not the outline, but the ideal of Warriors Vision is still the same. Sharing my life, sharing things that maybe happen in the real world, and how to balance it with the Bible. Not even how to balance it with the Bible, how to look at the Bible and see what's going on and realize that this has to happen. How to look at the Bible and gain peace and joy, knowing that everything's going to be all right. No matter what's going on out there, everything is going to be all right, because he is our strength and our refuge. Right? These are the things, and these are the things that I am tasked with sharing. These are the things that I'm tasked with sharing. So we're not even gonna, like I said, I'm all over the place, because it's exciting, and then it's exciting. It's exciting. It's not nerve wracking or anything like that. It's just exciting because I know what he has placed in me. And to know that he has given me another chance to do what he has called me to do is a blessing in itself, right? Because the other side of it could have been, oh, he's been disobedient. Okay. Judgment. Something, anything could happen. I could lose my voice. I could have came down with something, or uh, got gotten ill, or whatever the case may be. But he has sustained me. He has kept me, and he has blessed me. So it's better that I be obedient. It's better that I'm going brain. My brain is like leaking right now. But there's a verse. It's in Samuel, First Samuel. I believe it's First Samuel. It's better to be obedient than sacrifice, right? And I'm pretty sure I said that kind of wonky, but that's the premises of it. It's better to be obedient. It is better to be obedient. So again, here I am. Here I am, Lord, doing the work. So with that being said, guys, I this is just like another soft little reintroduction to the Warriors Vision podcast. Not really much to boast on about or anything, but just to let you know, I drifted, and I came back because of obedience. Um, I had some failures along the way, and it's not failures where I'm like sad or depressed or anything like that. I just realized that the failure was not aligned with what God wanted me to be doing. You probably saying, what failure are you talking about? What failure? Well, my store failed, right? My store failed. Put a lot of time into that store, a lot of time into researching things, a lot of time into creating things, a lot of money spent on things to have to be able to sell or whatever the case may be. Um, just a lot of uh, wasted, not waste. Well, it was wasted resources because I didn't seek God in what I should have been doing. So it's a lesson learned. A failure in the sense of it wasn't a success, but a lesson learned in the sense of I learned how to now depend on God to lead me and guide me in all my steps, in all my ways. Even in this new thing that I created, I didn't. I was scared because I was allowing that failure to, sit and always peek, poke his little head out like, hey, remember me? Fail. You think you should be doing this? Like that would always pop up in my head. But I always had this idea that God placed in me to do. And it didn't get louder and louder until I got around some other people and I heard them say, hey, yeah, you should be doing this. You should be doing that. We would definitely blah, blah, blah. All these things. I'm like, Lord, is that just me wanting to? But then I knew that wasn't really me wanting to because the thought of me failing again always would rear his head up like, hey, remember me? You sure you want to do that? All the money you spent, you want to do. So I was battling that. And I finally not succumb, but I finally just became obedient. Said, Lord, I'm going to do this thing that you have placed in me because it's not of me. This is what you have placed in me. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to just step out on faith again and believe, because the first time I was doing it off my own power, off my own will, off my own desire and what I thought the company should look like and how it should run and what I should be marketing to and all that. And that wasn't bringing glory to his name. That wasn't for him. Even though my story and the things that I was talking about, it wasn't really attached to the business. The things that I was sharing on the podcast wasn't really connecting itself to the business. So the business was its own thing and ideas of its own. This thing that I have created is something of that sort, but it helps further the kingdom. because now it's serving. I'm not looking for people to purchase anything besides the service, but in that they're getting serviced. They're receiving service, and I just know that God can be in that. I'm able to share my story with the many people that I may come across, like I have in many different assignments that I've been able to talk to individuals, and I believe, not think, I believe that this is going to be, uh, it's going to open up doors. It's going to open up doors. So that's a lesson learned, that whatever you have, whatever you want, whatever you're trying to do, make sure it aligns with what God's will is. Because a lot of times we spend a lot of time trying to make this thing work, and it goes against what God wants us to be doing. I see it every day. I see it every day. We, even as parents, we push our kids into the world to do all these things, to be valedictorians and to jobs and blah blah this, blah blah that, and all these things. We push them into the world to go be successful in these things. Meanwhile, we go to church on Sunday and we're praying that God give my child the wisdom or the knowledge to be able to pass tests and all this and all that. Not one time mention, Lord, save my child. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shift gears, but these are the things that we're going to talk about. These are the things that we're going to talk about. So I've changed the category that my podcast sits in. I think it was sitting in self-help or something like that. And then I don't believe in self-help no more, because I couldn't help myself. The many times that I cheated and lied and manipulated people and all these things, I couldn't help myself. But I know the helper. I know the helper. I know the counselor who was able to come in and fix the things that were broken in me. I know him. So I changed the category of my podcast. That's one of the things that I changed about the podcast. It was sitting in the self-helper category. It's not. So I moved it to the Christian category, and I hope that if you come across this and you're a Christian, that you are able to gain strength from this, that you are able to grow and grow your faith deeper with this podcast, and allow God to deal with you and whatever you may be dealing with in your life. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a spin to the rest of the show. Let's go ahead and look at our contact information. Still, you can follow me on Warriors Collection Network. We're still using those. We post it every now and then, but since the show is up and running again, and we have our other series running as well, we're definitely going to be posting things on there for maybe a deep dives or little little quick segments or whatever the case may be. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Warriors Collection Network. Subscribe, turn on the notification, hit that bell. I just said turn on the notification, hit that bell. They're the same thing. Share, like, and comment. Follow us on TikTok. We also have another TikTok account, which is strictly all the media stuff, all the Warriors Collection Network stuff. The Warriors Collection brand is still a thing. I just don't have the store. We shut the store down because we shut the store down. But we still have the brand. Everything is still built off that warrior mentality, that warrior mindset. But now we're going to make sure that we mix in a bunch of God into it, like a bunch, and let the people know it's because of God. It's but God. All right. So make sure you follow us on all those social media apps, those platforms, or whatever you want to call it. Follow. Share, like, comment. Go. Oh, make sure. Oh, before we get out of this one, we're trying to hit 500. We definitely got some subscribers during that downtime. And I thank you all. Whoever subscribed during that time and whoever has been subscribed during that time, thank you for being subscribed to the channel. And like I said, I pray that I will remain obedient to what God is telling me to do, that I'm able to put out the content, put out the things um, that are pressed upon me to put out. Because I don't want to put out any nonsense or any mess. As we see in today's world, we see a lot of nonsense, especially coming from the church. We see a lot of nonsense just coming from individuals that would say that they're pastors and all these things, and it ain't lining up with the Bible, and it's making you look like, what are we doing? So yeah, I appreciate all you guys for staying subscribed to the channel and subscribing to the channel. We're gonna talk about some things. Also, know that you can listen to this on the audio side: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, and Amazon, and all the other wherever else you get your podcast. I'm not on Pandora yet. I've been trying to get that for the longest, but I'm not there yet. But there you go: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. Subscribe, like, and share. All right. So with that being said, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna stir up the gift that God has placed in me. That's 2 Timothy chapter 1. I'm gonna stir that gift up, and I'm going to use it so that I can be a blessing, and that I can add to the kingdom and bring glory to God's name. Because He is calling us to be holy, for He is holy. He has also called us to be the light, for He is the light. You know, and we're supposed to be here helping each other through these times of, despair and hopelessness and all the things that's going on. We got to help each other. And we can only do that by sharing our testimonies and sharing where we have come from and where we are today. Again, if you remember the podcast from 2020, 2021, 2022, there was a shift in 23, a shift in 24, and we still shifting in 25, but we're shifting upwards. We're shifting upwards, and we're shifting more into the direction that God has called, walking in His word, allowing His will to be done, not ours, but His will to be done in our lives. So make sure you stay tuned for the Warriors Walk, where we're going to do some diving into the Bible. Warriorship, where we're going to do some diving in for men, calling men to come back to Christ and and start practicing the ways of God. And you can only do that by being what? Obedient. Getting men to come back to the Lord and being obedient to his word, so that they can get their lives and their houses in order before the time is up. As we see, there's so much turmoil because people's houses are out of order. Everything is out of order. Everything is out of order. And man is to blame for that. Man is to blame for that. So, and like I said, we always gonna go with Bible. I don't care what culture is saying. I don't care what the world is saying. What does the Bible say? Can we talk for a minute, please? The Bible says. So get familiar with that. We're gonna go Bible. We're gonna go Bible. So Warriors Walk, Warriorship, and the homestead of the warrior, where we're gonna mix God and this lifestyle that He has blessed us with, this land, and being able to live out here and to really seek and live in His word the way He designed it. And it's a beautiful thing. I don't have the time. We're gonna chop it up in the other videos. But again, thank you for tuning in to this one. Share, like, comment. Tell me what you've been doing since December 8th, 2024 in the comments. And there'll be another one. May not be on the podcast may just be another video in another one of series, but that's how we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna promise multiple episodes from the podcast. We're just gonna bam, 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 however that comes, whenever God says do. All right, and that's it. So this is the Warrior on the Warriors Vision podcast. Talk to you guys later. Peace.